But before we do that, since it's been approximately 5 billion years since I last saw you, does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, can I ask one for the test?
Yes.
Okay, let me get that out. So, 2B, for NP and NQ,
Yep.
would we use z-scores or nothing?
Well, it depends on what NP and NQ are, right?
Okay,
To use z-scores, what has to be true about NP and NQ?
they have to be over 5,
At least 5.
at
Yeah.
least 5. Okay.
And if they're not, we're screwed. We can't do anything.
Okay.
I like it. And the one thing to remember, so this is a little bit of a weird detail. When we're making confidence intervals, here's a question that you'll hate, but you should appreciate that I'm asking it now and not on the test. What is the point of making a confidence interval? Anybody? Why do we make a confidence interval? In what situation would we do that? Right, you're like, well, man, if they ask me to make a damn confidence, I'll make it. But just in real life, when would we make a confidence interval?
When we're trying to find the true mean of something, right?
Which means we don't know what the true mean is. Or we don't know what the true percentage. And when we say true, we mean population, right? Either I don't know what the population mean is, and I'm trying to estimate it. Population percentage, same idea, right? So we don't know what the shit P is, so we have to use P hat everywhere. And Q hat, yes? Because we don't even know what the hell P could be. And so that then in the confidence interval test, we do NP hat and Q hat because that's all we got. That's the best shit we got. In a hypothesis test, we assume that P is the number from the claim. We assume that's how hypothesis tests work. Assuming that's right, look what we just did. That's basically hypothesis test summed up. So that's why in a hypothesis test we do N times P and N times Q. And that's the number from the claim, because we're going to assume that that's it. We know it. So the same way we would not use S if we knew sigma, we will not use P hat if we know P. Right. Some of you guys are like, dude, that's a lot after a week off. You said a lot of stuff just there.
Also,
Hopefully that sort of makes some sense.
Same thing, do we use z-scores, t-scores, or nothing? And then I said t-scores since we don't know sigma, and you said and?
Yes, two things.
And what?
First thing is, are you able to do anything?
Is it, it's normal?
Yes.
Is that what I'm trying to
Yes.
prove?
So you guys got to say two things. Either it says normal or n's big enough, or, because it's means. So the first step is, can we do anything? And the second step would be,
Which one?
be more specific.
Okay.
What exactly can we do?
Okay.
You're welcome.
And then I think I'm good there. Okay,
All right, I like it.
thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, any questions help everybody. All right, did you guys have as much trouble as I did getting out of bed yesterday morning? Anybody have a class yesterday? No?
I had trouble this morning.
This morning? I understand. This morning I feel a little bit more like I was in the normal routine. But yesterday my brain was still in week off mode. Okay, so if there's no other questions from homework or whatever, I want to really quickly kind of review a little bit of algebra. Let's see what you guys think about this. If you find the equation of the line, I like it. Find the equation of the line of the line with slope m equals -2 going through the point 4, 2. Sure, why not? So, with confidence. that down. What? What do you remember about this here? Anybody? Equations of a line? How many equations of a line do you know? What is it?
Y equals 1x plus b.
Okay, that's one of them. Yes? Anybody know another one?
No.
Okay. Does anybody remember the formula for slope if you had 2 points? If I gave you 2 points, how would you find the slope? Does anyone remember? I'll get it started, and then somebody's going to join in. Y2. Y minus y1 over? Yeah. Now is that familiar? So the other formula for a line comes from this. Very quickly, I'm not going to reteach you, but does it matter which 2 points I pick? Will the slope change if I pick 2 different points?
No.
That's the definition of a line, right? It doesn't turn, so the slope can't change. So if I made these any point and I work with it, let's see if anybody is familiar with this. I love some of you guys are like, but that shit was behind me. Back to statistics. Well, this is statistics, too damn bad. Right? What are we dealing with? What are we in? What chapter? We're dealing with lines of, holy shit, we're dealing with lines of best fit. This is the equation of lines. Got it? Now, what's this piece? What's that mean?
Slope.
Slope, good. Now what does it stand for? The theory is that it's from the French word for walk, marcher. But who knows? We don't freaking know. It's just a good thing we made up. And of course, B stands for what?
That y-intercept.
Y-intercept. Because when x is 0, y is B. That's the y-intercept. Does this sound familiar, coming back to you a little bit?
Yeah.
All right. A few of you knew what this was, but this helps when I don't know what the shit the y-intercept is, because this is still slope, thank God. But now I can use any point. I just put the x number there and the y number there and the slope there. So this is not a hard problem now, right? Do it, don't say it. Do it, write it down. Do this problem. What's the equation here? Don't say it. Do it. This poor little dude. So what's the y piece of the point?
2.
2. Okay, so y minus the y piece equals slope, which is,
-2.
holy shit, times x minus the x piece.
4. So you don't have to have 2 number variables, right? So
2
you don't
points.
have to have, what?
2 points? Or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
You don't need to have 2 points.
Okay, just y minus and x minus is fine?
Say again, sorry.
Just like the y minus and x minus is fine, that can stay?
Yep.
That's it, that's good?
Yep, and I want you to understand what this makes sense. If I wanted you to draw a line, what's the minimum amount of information I can give you? If I just give you a point, can you draw a line from one point? No. You can draw a line if you give you 2 points. And that's the answer. There's no other answer, correct? But what if I don't give you 2 points? Is there something else I could tell you and you can still draw the line? Slope, because if I tell you where the thing is at some point and I tell you how it's moving, which is slope, of course you could draw the damn line. So look at this, this is beautiful. The analogy is, the equation of a line and a line are intimately related, obviously. All the points a line go through are the numbers that work in the equation. Therefore, there should be a connection between, all right, if I have 2 points, I can figure out the slope and I get this, and all I need is some point. So this is slope and some point. Now, if I know the y-intercept, this reduces to this. Because what's special about the y-intercept? Anybody remember? What's true at the y-intercept? I said it earlier. X is 0. If x is 0, that kind of simplifies it a bit, yes? Okay, maybe. Now I could still do some shit here, right? What can I do with this? Joe.
Multiply.
Yeah. And then I can add the 2 and I get this thing. Yay! And how do I check my work? What's supposed to be true?
X equals 0.
No.
No.
This line is supposed to go through this point, correct?
Okay.
So when x is 4, is y 2? When x is 4, negative 2 times 4 is negative 8 plus 10 is 2. Yay. Yay.
Isn't it true that you can solve it the other way with the y?
You can. You can.
Y equals mx plus
You
b?
totally can.
Because that's what I did.
You can solve for b. I love it. I'm going to talk about this. But you can. You can put your shit in there. You can solve for b. And you got b as 10, right?
Yeah.
Kick ass. Okay. So both ways will work. I'm going to kind of focus on the other way. So, just to remind you guys, because I know it's been a while, we are right now talking about situations where we have stuff like this, right? And I draw and I get a line of best fit. What we're going to do is, instead of using the calculator first to calculate the line of best fit, we're going to do it ourselves. Because we're in Jeff's crazy ass class. And Jeff makes you do shit that I hate, because he's an asshole. Now, so I'm going to help you out a little bit. Before I give this to you even, I think I'm going to point something out just to help those of you who want to get a head start. I'm going to give you this. I think this will be fine. Sebastian, can you? Yeah, thanks, man. Sorry. Hello. All right. So what I'm going to want you to do, you're all going to get this sheet. You're all going to work on this equation. And what I'm going to want you to do, not everybody has a ruler with them. If you do, that's fantastic. If you don't, perfectly fine. You're going to try to draw the line of best fit. You're going to want to use a pencil because almost definitely your first attempt will suck. And here, I'll show you. Okay. Now, I normally don't even try. It just works. So let me sort of game the system a little bit. You got to hold down the paper that you're going. Is that a good line of best fit that I'm drawing? Well, number one, you can't really see the middle, but why is that not a good line of best fit?
Because it doesn't include the right side of the points, like the tail of the points. Does that
All
make
right.
sense?
Does
Like-
anyone else have an opinion about that? Because I'll agree with you, it sucks. So I'm fine with you telling me that my line of best fit sucks.
It's not really catching most of the points.
Good. What's a more direct observation? Yes?
Also, not going through like some of the points, it should be between them. Like in the middle, see those 2 points? Should they be like in between them? Yeah.
Okay,
There's
sure.
more points above than there is
There we
below.
go. There's only 2 points on this side, right? And then there's so many points on the other side. It's not balanced. Yes? So I would say draw one kind of lightly, because it's almost definitely going to be wrong somehow. And then kind of improve it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just human. Does my line of best fit have to go through any of the actual data points?
No.
Pretending I'm going to use this line of best fit, the first thing I say is find 2 points. So you should be able to find, like, right there. Doesn't my line go through that right there? And I can tell that's 12,7, yes? Be a little careful. The scale kind of is evil, but that's all right. And if I can't find that, then I can find, like, right here, right? Isn't that 8, 12? Does everyone understand? So you don't have to go through any blue dots. If you do, use that shit. If you don't, find a corner, find a perfect halfway. Don't think you have to use 12.7 or something. You guys with me? This is not meant to be some insane decimal problem. Okay, let me give you, oh, and of course, you're gonna find 2 points, and you're gonna do this. Just to remind you, here's the slope equation. You can find the slope, I like it. I'm gonna do it by hand first, and then we're gonna check it with the calculator. Especially, can you throw them back up there? Thanks, Ben. Oh, wrong one. No. Sure. I think almost.
Like we take 2 points, but what's your y0, which one's next to?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Because as long as, you see how it's y2 minus y1, x2 minus
Yeah.
x, it doesn't matter which one you call 1 or 2, because when you flip them both, the sign stays the same at the end.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.